Hi guys, welcome back. I have something very exciting for you today. From the maker of the fruit tier list comes the vegetable tier list.
Do your bangs blow away in the wind?
Sometimes. Anyway, as you guys know, the fruit tier list was so highly requested, maybe one of my most highly requested videos of all time, and it just did so well. The response was better than I could have ever imagined, to be honest, and ever since I posted that video, I've just been getting non-stop requests for vegetable tier list. So we're doing that today, and I am very, very excited because if there's anything I love as much as fruits, it's vegetables. Here are our vegetables for today. Look how delicious these look. Seriously, I love vegetables. I love vegetables. We've got a lot of green going on here, and I just love that. Green is a great color. Green is a great color. As always, we need to label all of our tiers before we can get started. And since I'm looking at this collection of vegetables here, and there's one that I honestly don't recognize, like I'm not even quite sure what it is, and I did try and figure it out before the stream, but I honestly couldn't. So hopefully one of you guys in the chat knows what it is. But anyway, since I don't know what it is, we're going to have to place a question mark category here at the bottom. I wonder if you guys could guess which one it is. Next to the potatoes. You got it. It's this. What is this, you guys? We might as well just figure it out now. I thought maybe it was like a horseradish or like a parsnip. It's sugar cane? Oh, bamboo? Is it bamboo shoot? Bamboo shoot. You know what? It might just be bamboo shoot. Let's look up an image to compare. Oh my god, it is bamboo shoot. Oh my god.
Girl, shush. You know nobody requested this. LMFAO.
Oh, I beg to differ. Do you need me to pull up receipts? I will pull up receipts right now. Look at this. Why did I get so excited for this? Can't wait for veggies. No, please do vegetables next. I'm so excited for the veggie tier list. Broccoli and corn for the win. I am patiently waiting for a veggie tier list now. These are all my second accounts. These are all my second accounts commenting on my own video. Honestly, there's more though. I could keep going. So this is very highly requested. Do not even get me wrong, it is highly requested. Wait, I'm feeling a little upset because we did fruits, we did veggies. What are we gonna do next? Grains. Grains next? Meat. Should we do meats next? Stop. Oh my god, I've already got much to think about. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because we have this to do right now. So let's get back to labeling. I got a little off track. I think we should follow the theme of the fruit tier list, and we start off on the top here with veggiest. This top tier is for the best vegetables. Veggie, vegetable, a little less veg, and unveg. This is like sounding like vag. I just have to say it, like it's sounding like vag. Get your heads out of the gutter. We're talking about vegetables. Vegetables. Let's get started. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit stressed, upset, disappointed. I don't know like what other descriptor words I could use other than those three, because the first vegetable we have here are peas. And listen, I love all vegetables. I really do love all vegetables, but there's something about peas that I don't like. And it's not the taste. I think the taste is good. Like, I love a good like pea soup when they're all blended up, but I think it's the texture. Something about how they like kind of like pop in your mouth. I feel like when peas are in something, I like take a bite and there's like peas in it, I'm like, ooh, what's what is popping in my mouth? Like, I was not expecting that. So I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of peas. Babies love peas, and I don't want to offend any of my baby viewers, so I don't want to say too many negative things about peas. But I think we have to put them in a little less veg, which is not a good start. If you don't like vegetables, you need to grow up. The next vegetable we've got here is zucchini. Zucchini! Woo! Zucchini. I love zucchini. I'm not gonna lie, I eat zucchini pretty frequently. I'm always cooking it up for dinner. It's a great side. I love to cook up some slices of zucchini, maybe put a little lemon on, put some garlic in there. And also zucchini is a great raw snack as well. Like, a great raw vegetable. It kind of is like nature's chip. You know what I'm saying? It's a good vegetable to dip in hummus. I love it. I really do love it. Oh yeah, zucchini bread, which I actually had for the first time in the past year. My grandma's friend made it for us, and it was good. I've never heard of that in my life, but it was good. Oh, zucchini noodles? That's true. Zucchini has a lot of versatility to it. I think that's what I really do enjoy about zucchini. Like, you can cook it, you can eat it raw, you can turn it into noodles, you can bake bread with it. Look at that. That's 4 things right off the top of my head. I love zucchini. I have only good things to say about zucchini, so I actually think I'm gonna put zucchini up here in veggie. I'm gonna put it up here in veggie. I'm trying to keep veggiest exclusive, as I did last time with fruitiest. Next up, we've got edamame. Edamame. We've got edamames right here. Edamames. Any edamame fans in the chat? I'm just saying in the fat. I love these. I love these. Honestly, great vegetable. Great vegetable. That's true though, but it's not versatile. That's true. I feel like the most you can do with it is you can, steam it and put it in different sauces. Like, you could do like garlic sauce or like a spicy sauce, or you could put salt on it. You could pop them out and put them in dishes, but there's not a whole lot of versatility with it. Oh wait, they are actually soybeans. So is this where soy milk comes from? I feel like it's a different kind of soybean. Like, look at this soybean. This looks different than an edamame. That's a different soybean right there. A dish of green soybeans boiled or steamed in their pods. It's a green soybean. Okay, so they're not as versatile as we thought. But they are really good. I really do like edamame. I think I'm gonna put them in vegetable. I think that's a great placement for them. The next vegetable is onion. This is specifically a red onion, but when I take a quick glance at the rest of the vegetables, I don't see any white onions or any yellow onions. So you know what? I'm just gonna group all onions into this single red onion. And listen, I know some people don't like onions. In fact, some people hate onions. Like Ricky Dillon, he hates onions. I bet I will be receiving a text message about this one, because I personally love onions. I love onions. I think they add so much flavor. They're in so many dishes. As you guys know, I love to cook. Like, I really do enjoy cooking. I do it quite often. And onions are often in dishes. I'm always cooking with onions. And I just think they're great. They could be used in so many different dishes. Also, we've got onion rings. I mean, hello, those are pretty good. The only thing is, they do make your breath smell bad when you're eating them raw. You know what I'm saying? They do have a little bit of a harsh smell, but that flavor is just everything. And you know what? Just brush your teeth. How about that for a solution for you? After you eat an onion, brush your teeth. Oh my God, someone in the chat said bloomin' onion. I'm sorry, but I love a bloomin' onion. Oh, but someone else in the chat said they make you cry, which is so true. I know people have different sensitivity levels to onions as well. I personally am very sensitive to cutting onions. They got me all f***ed up, tears running down my face, which, to be honest, might demote them for me just a little bit. Oh, but someone in the chat said crying is good for you, which is true. Oh, I really don't know. I don't know whether to put in veggiest or veggie, because they're very versatile. You can eat them cooked, you can eat them raw. Veggie or veggiest? What do we do? I think... Oh, I'm putting it in veggiest. I'm putting it in veggiest. Come on. You know what else? One of my favorite soups of all time is French onion soup. So good. Oh, so good. Funyuns. Next up, we've got cucumber. Cucumber is such a good one. You know what? Cucumber is similar to zucchini, but also very different at the same time, which is something I like about cucumber because I love zucchini as well. But cucumber has more water and like more hydration in there. And you know what else? Cucumber is always used in skincare, you know? Like it's always in skincare products. It's a great dipping vegetable. Oh, and pickles. So true. You soak some cucumbers in some vinegar and they turn into pickles. Pickles are like my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm putting it in veggiest. I don't even have to think about it any longer because I absolutely love pickles. I'm a very, very self-proclaimed pickle girl and I love cucumbers. You know what I had the other day was like a little cucumber and tomato like salad with parsley in it. I don't know if anyone's had this. I forget what it's called. Can't remember what it's called, like little like tiny diced cucumber and diced tomatoes and parsley and maybe like a little oil. Yum. So refreshing. Next up, we've got celery. I'm very curious to hear your guys' opinion on celery. Honestly, I want to see what it is first. I think we're gonna agree here. I don't hate celery, but there's also nothing like that great about it. I mean, it's just water. It's literally just water. It's like crunchy water. And it does have a negative to me, which is it's really stringy. But I don't know, I guess it's very hydrating. Maybe the most hydrating a vegetable could be out of all the vegetables. And, you know, people like to dip it in ranch. But I don't know, like if I ordered wings or something and there's celery on the side, I'm not eating it. If someone handed me a celery stick and they were like, eat this or you're gonna die, I would eat it. But other than that, I probably wouldn't optionally eat it. And I know people put like peanut butter and raisins on it, ants on a log. I mean, go off, I guess, but not me.
If you don't get that smelly, gross, foul, nasty onion out of veggiest, I will cry and I will make you cry by cutting it in your face. They are the most foul things in the world.
If you don't like onions, grow up. Grow up. I'm sorry, Ricky. I'm not talking to you, Ricky. But I don't know. I would maybe put celery in unveg, but I don't think it's that bad. So I think I'm gonna put it in a little less veg. But if I was to be quite honest, it really falls in the middle for me. Just because it honestly is unveg. You know, it's not like truly a vegetable to me. It's just water. It's just water. It's just a water stick, like a green water stick. Def not unveg, she's edible. That's so true. I feel like I'm gonna leave unveg for the one vegetable that I absolutely just hate. I just hate it, and you'll see when we get there. Okay, next we've got artichoke. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really had too many artichokes in my day. The most I've really had when it comes to artichokes is like an artichoke and spinach dip, which is amazing. I love it. I love that dip. The dip is amazing. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't had it too much like on its own. So I don't really know where to place it because I'm sure it's good. Like I would borderline put it in question mark just because I'm like, well, I've only had it in a dip. But at the same time, like there are big, like have you ever had the spinach and artichoke dip where there are like big chunks of artichoke in it? And I've like eaten the chunks and it's good. So I mean, no, maybe we should just put it in vegetable. Like this is like the mid tier, you know? I guess we'll put it in vegetable. I'm gonna try an artichoke, like on its own. Moving on, we've got bell pepper. And I see there's a green bell pepper here, but you know, they come in a variety of colors. They come in red and yellow and orange, and they all taste slightly different, I'd say. I'm pretty sure the color just depends on how ripe it is. Am I right? Like green is the least ripe and red is the most ripe? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. So my opinion on bell peppers, I think they're great. I love bell peppers. And they're also very versatile because this is such a good like dipping snack, you know? Eating a raw bell pepper all cut up in some hummus or some like, I don't know, ranch or whatever you want to dip it in. So good. Love. And when you cook them, they're so great as well. Pepper is onion's best friend. Peppers and onions together, iconic combination. Honestly, iconic combination. Oh, also like a stuffed pepper. I used to have that as a dinner growing up a lot. I don't know why, like my family had like a rotation of dinners. I guess every family has like a rotation of like home cooked dinners that they would like have. And one of mine was like a stuffed bell pepper. I don't know why. My dad was like a sous chef, so I feel like he had these like recipes. Anyway, I do have to say I like them better raw than cooked, unless like you cook them like really, really well, like with a lot of good seasonings. I think honestly I'd put it in veggie. Fajitas. Oh yeah, fajitas with bell peppers. Ooh. And also like, have you ever got like a street hot dog with like peppers and onions on top? Ooh. Ooh. So good. I like putting them on pizza as well. The next vegetable we have appears to be a kidney bean, or I guess many kidney beans. And I like kidney beans. Because this is actually random, another like meal in my family's like rotation of meals was chili. My dad used to be a firefighter, so that's like big in the firefighting community. Anyway, there's kidney beans in it, and I love them. Otherwise, what do you do with kidney beans otherwise, to be honest, besides chili? A bean salad? Oh, red beans and rice. Oh yeah, I've actually had that before, it's very good. Oh, bean isn't actually a vegetable? To be honest, that makes sense that they're not a vegetable. Well, you know what is also not a vegetable is tomato down here. This is a fruit, and it was in our fruit tier list, so I guess this list isn't that accurate. But you know what? These beans, I'm gonna put them in vegetable. Because, yeah, they're good. Next is pumpkin. Pumpkin, how fun is a pumpkin? Why do I feel like pumpkin is like a fruit? Because it has seeds in it. A pumpkin is in fact a fruit. It's a fruit! It's a gourd, it's a squash, yeah. Well, whatever. You know, it wasn't in our fruit tier list, so I say we'll just rate it right now. And pumpkins are fun because, you know, Halloween, carving them, going to the pumpkin patch, making pumpkin pie. There's so many pumpkin spice flavored things. But other than that, like, I don't know. I feel like, is pumpkin like eaten regularly without being made into a pie? I don't know if I've ever like had it. A pumpkin soup is good. Some people eat the seeds. I'm some people. I cook the seeds. The seeds are good. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just really thrown off because it's a fruit. And it's making me like a little upset that it's in here. I feel like it should almost just be in question mark because it's like, why is this in this category? It's like disqualified a little bit. Oh, what if we do this? Okay. It's a fruit. I like pumpkins though. For the record, I do like pumpkins. I love pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin spiced things, and I love pumpkin seeds. So I put it high up in my list, but we're not doing a pumpkin tier list right now. Okay, next we've got leeks. A leek is like another type of onion. To be honest, I have not had a leek very frequently. I think they're similar to like green onions or like spring onions, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't had too many leeks in my lifetime, but they're good. Someone in the chat said, I just leaked my pants. Leeks are good in stir fry. I feel like that's when the only time I've had leeks is like in stir fry or in soup. I think I'm gonna put it up here in vegetable. What? Avocado? I'm sorry. Is this another fruit? There's a big gigantic seed in the middle. I mean, that has fruit energy if I've ever seen fruit energy. Like, what are we gonna rate next? Strawberries? Ugh. I'm putting it in the fruit category. But listen, my opinion on avocados, I actually kind of have like a love-hate relationship with them because I like things like avocado toast, I like guacamole, I like avocado in some dishes, but when they're putting like thick slices of it in a sandwich, I don't like that. Sometimes like the texture of it makes me like gag. Like I kind of feel the same way that I feel about eggs as I do avocados. I don't know. It's just kind of complicated. And then when avocados start to get brown spots, oh, I do not like when it gets the brown spots or the black spots when it's starting to go bad. Oh. Next up, we have mushrooms. I'm so sorry, you guys, but this is the vegetable that I have been referencing. It is a vegetable that I really don't like. I love all things that grow from our beautiful planet, but there's something about mushrooms.
Did you know shrooms grow on cow poop known as Psilocybe cubensis?
Of course I knew that, but we're not talking about those type of mushrooms right now. We're talking about non-psychedelic mushrooms. And I'm sorry, I just don't like them. I don't like the flavor, and I don't like the texture. And I don't like the fact that it's a fungus. I know you guys could tell me to grow up because, you know, I eat other things that are like moldy, like blue cheese. I like blue cheese. But I don't know, something about mushrooms, I don't know. And I know fungus is different than mold. I'm putting them in the same category. But something about picturing them growing in like, you know, mushrooms grow in like moist, dark environments. Something about imagining it growing in like a moist, dark environment just really kind of turns me off to them. I'm sorry to mushroom lovers out there. You know, I really wish that I did like them just because, again, I like to cook and mushrooms are used in like a ton of cooking, like a bunch of cooking. So it's a little bit of an inconvenience that I don't like mushrooms. I have to put them in unveg. I'm so sorry. Next up, I believe this is a Persian cucumber, or is it okra? Oh, it's okra? Oh, you know what? I've never had okra before. That's why I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's a Persian cucumber. No, it's not okra. No. That is not okra. That's a Persian cucumber. A Persian cucumber, it's like a smaller cucumber. I think this is it though, because don't you guys think this looks the same? Oh, wait. I don't think it's either okra or Persian cucumber. This looks like a squash. It's a squash. What type of squash is this? Oh, a bitter melon. What's a bitter melon? I've never had one of those before. Oh, this is definitely what it is. I've never had this before. I fully went into this list, like looking at this from far away, thinking it was a Persian cucumber. I don't really know what it tastes like or really anything about it, so I have to, by default, put it in the question mark category. Okay, next up we have fennel. We've got a big old fennel bulb. A big old fennel bulb. And for those of you who have not had fennel before, sometimes it comes in like a spice form. Yeah, it looks like this. But this is the actual root vegetable, the fennel bulb. And I don't really like fennel, because the flavor to me is like reminiscent of black licorice. I know that the flavors are different. Like I know fennel isn't a black licorice flavor, like it's not the same thing, but to me it's like reminiscent of it. Yeah, fennel seeds are top tier spices. This is the thing though, like fennel seeds, like the spice, usually it's used in like sausage or like in meats, right? When you're cooking meats. And I do like the spice when it's cooked with meat like that, but I don't like the fennel bulb. Like usually you would like cut it up and like cook it, like you'd like saute it in a pan, and I don't like it. So I think I may have to put it in unveg. Right next to mushrooms. Brandon in the chat disagrees and says the fennel bulb is delectable. I love to roast it with Parmesan. Next up, we've got sweet potato. My favorite fall vegetable. My favorite fall vegetable is a sweet potato. And you know what? That statement is not wrong. I actually am wholeheartedly obsessed with sweet potatoes. I love them. They're one of my favorite vegetables ever. I love sweet potatoes. yams, anything of that nature. This is actually, I believe, a yam, because a real sweet potato has a lighter inside. It's not as orange, but I feel like most people just call this sweet potato. Anyway, I love it. Interestingly enough, I don't really like sweet potato fries that much. If I'm ordering fries, I would rather just get regular fries, not sweet potato fries. But I love sweet potatoes. Like, my favorite way to have sweet potatoes is to like cut them up into like cubes or chunks, whatever you want to call it, and like roast it in the oven. Ooh, so good. Like as a side, so good. Or like a baked sweet potato. They also have sweet potato pie and, you know, sweet potato fries. They're pretty versatile. I love them. In fact, I think I have to put them up here in veggiest. Sweet potato has always been that girl for me. She's always been there for me. Even as a kid, when I was a picky eater, I always liked sweet potato. So we just go way back. Next up, we've got a head of lettuce. This to me looks like iceberg lettuce, classic lettuce. And you can't really go wrong with iceberg lettuce. I don't really think it has much nutritional value. It's mostly just water, but it's a classic and it's kind of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's always used in salads. It's like a classic salad base. Put it in some tacos, put it on a sandwich. I don't know, it's classic. Someone in the chat said it's a good filler. And you know, I have to agree with that. It is a good filler. Out of all of the like leaves you could use for your salad base, it's definitely not my favorite, but I don't dislike it. I think it's pretty mid, to be honest. That's so true. She is the backbone. That's pretty much the best way you could describe iceberg lettuce is she is kind of the backbone of the vegetable community because she's very well versed. She's used in everything, you know? I think she deserves vegetable. It's just classic, you know? Next, we've got asparagus. I'm curious what you guys think. Personally, I love asparagus. I think it's so good, but it does have your pea smelling smelly. So it has some downsides. But you know what? We were talking about the downsides of onions earlier, and onions are all the way up here in veggiest. So there's definitely hope for asparagus. I honestly love it. It's another vegetable that I've always liked, even as a child. It's very versatile, I feel like, in the ways that you can cook it. Like, it can be prepared in many different ways. I love to cook asparagus. And you could also eat it raw. I feel like it deserves veggie. I feel pretty strongly about this because it's not like my favorite vegetable in the world like these ones are, but it's really good. The pea is just a little something extra. That's true. Next up, we have Brussels sprouts. Okay, Brussels sprouts I feel like are so interesting just because I feel like there was this narrative about Brussels sprouts that they're like awful. Does anybody else remember that? Like from your childhood? Like from my childhood personally, I feel like in TV and movies, there's like a negative narrative around Brussels sprouts. Like kids are always like hating Brussels sprouts in media. I don't know why that is. It's so random, but it was like always a storyline. But personally, I think Brussels sprouts are one of the best vegetables. They really are. I think if you don't like Brussels sprouts, you're not cooking them right because they can be prepared in so many different ways and they're so good every time. I mean, you can make like Brussels sprout like chips even. Like, you know, when you get like, I don't know, what is it called? Where you like glaze the Brussels sprouts and they're like, the leaves are like separated. They're good in like a salad if you like slice them up really thinly. Also just good like roasted with like some seasoning or whatever you want to put on it. Like, I don't know, they're pretty versatile in the way that they're cooked and I just kind of love them. Yes, exactly right. If you don't like Brussels sprouts, grow up. What are you, a kid in a movie or TV show from the 2000s who doesn't like Brussels sprouts? Grow up. Not only am I cooking them a lot, but I also order them a lot when I'm going out to eat. Like if they have like some type of Brussels sprout like appetizer on the menu, I'll always be suggesting that. I'm like, maybe we should get the Brussels sprout dish. I don't know, like I want to put them in veggiest. Ooh, I don't know, maybe I should just put them in veggie. If you aren't sure, do veggie. You're so right. I feel like I learned that from the last tier list. I'm unsure I'm gonna put it in veggie. Otherwise, I would put it in veggiest right away. I don't know though, Oh, I don't know. Next up, we have green beans, which I'm a little upset because as soon as I announce green beans, I look in the chat and someone says green beans are disgusting. But listen, I think these go immediately up to veggiest. They are just one of the most classic vegetables ever. Like when you think about a vegetable, you may picture green beans in your head. They're just so like classic. And this is another vegetable that I liked even when I was a picky eater as a child. A green bean. Also, I definitely make like the best green beans ever. Ooh, I can make some great green beans. I know how to cook them perfectly with some garlic, a little bit of like sauce that I use, a secret sauce. Shh. Some seasoning. I make some great green beans. A little bit of butter in there too. Ooh! Next, we have corn. And I'm prepared for this to be controversial. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like corn. But this is the thing. It's not that I hate it. I will eat it, but it's just not my favorite. Like truly to me, it's just like so mid. When I'm on the East Coast, I will eat a corn on the cob because I feel like I'm from really close to Jersey. I feel like they've got some good corn over there. Maybe I'm just biased, but when I'm back home, I will like eat some corn on the cob. But otherwise, I don't need to be eating corn. I'm never really like thinking about it. I don't really like it. When it's off the cob, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like truly mid about it. I put it honestly here. All you guys are eating corn and you don't even digest it. Just saying. Popcorn is good though. Oh, but you know, there's one reason why I don't like popcorn, and it's the kernels. I hate when the kernels get stuck in your teeth. Honestly, I could be like fully enjoying popcorn and then like one kernel gets like stuck in my tooth and I like can't get it out and I'm like, I'm done. Floss then? I will, but what am I supposed to do? Pull out a string of floss in the movie theater? No. I don't know, I'm just not the biggest corn fan. I'm not a corn hater though. Maybe I'll put them up here because they are pretty versatile. Like things I do like about corn, I like cornbread, I like corn tortillas. Oh, I do like popcorn, like I said. Corn syrup. I like corn syrup. But yeah, just like, I don't know, you know, like a can of corn? Like I'm not eating that. No offense if you do. I feel like Ricky eats like a can of corn. I don't know why, I just feel like he does do that. Ricky loves corn, so it's not a drag, no. I just don't like it when it's like sitting in liquid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you open a can of corn, it's like sitting in liquid. And I don't know about that. Do you guys like drink the corn juice? Does anybody drink that? If you guys aren't drinking the corn juice, then I don't know if you can say that corn belongs in Veggieist because you clearly don't like it that much. Potato. Potato. Woo! Potato is everything. I'm sorry, but like potato is just so great. There's no negatives about potatoes and so many positives about potatoes. I mean, they're extremely versatile. Baked potato. I love cutting up like a potato and roasting it. I did that last night for dinner, actually. French fries, potato chips, potato soup. I can't even think of all the ways that you use potatoes because there's so many ways to use potatoes. Like this immediately goes up here in Veggieist. And also, I'm Irish. You know, we love potatoes. Oh, I'm Irish American before someone starts yelling at me that I'm an American. There's no debate. I'm sorry. Does anybody even dislike potatoes in the chat? I'm just wondering. Oh, someone said me. Oh yeah, mashed. Mashed. How could I forget mashed? Hash browns? Oh my God. Tater tots. They're just everything. Also, you can eat them for any meal. Like any time of the day. Like breakfast potatoes. I can't even. Like, I could talk about this forever. The next vegetable we found out at the beginning of the stream is a bamboo shoot, which I have never had a bamboo shoot before. I think I may have had one once for a video where I tried like canned foods and I had like a canned bamboo shoot. I didn't like it, but I don't know if that's the best representation of a bamboo shoot, so I'm just gonna pretend like I've never had it before. I'd love to have a good representation of it though. Like I'd love to try it. Huge vegetable fan over here, and I'm trying to try every vegetable in the world. So I'm putting that on my list of vegetables to try. Next up are carrots. Do I have any rabbits in the chat? Any rabbits in the chat? I love carrots. I actually really love carrots. They're so good. They're pretty sweet. Like, okay, if you guys cook carrots, if you bake them in the oven, they're kind of sweet. They have like a sweetness to them and I love it. Carrots are so good. They're so good for you. They're good cooked. They're good raw. I think these have to go on veggiest. And look how cute these ones are specifically. These ones are so cute with the little green stems like this. Ooh, they're so cute. Okay, what is this down here? Is this a lima bean? Oh, these are capers? Wait, why is that so random to me that capers are in here? I love capers. I actually can't believe there's so many caper haters in the chat because I love capers. They're so good. I use capers when I cook a lot, actually. They're good on everything. I mean, one of my favorite like Italian dishes is like chicken piccata. So, I mean, there's capers in that. Love it. And one of my favorite like meals that I personally make has capers in it. I actually made it for a YouTube video once. I don't know if you guys ever watched it, but it was like this pasta with chicken meatballs and kale meal that I made, and there's some capers in that. I love capers. I'm gonna put them up here in veggie just because I really love them, but I don't feel like they're on the same level as other vegetables. You know what I mean? Higher than corn? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt in my mind. Do you drink the caper juice is the real question. You know what? I will have a sip of it. Next up, we've got scallions or green onions. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of scallions, green onions. So good. I'm buying scallions on the weekly. Like, there's always scallions in my house, especially because I really love ramen, and usually I'll have ramen like once a week, and I like to like embellish it by adding some of my own fresh scallions on top. Also, I just use them like in cooking all the time. I cooked with them last night. They're so good. I honestly have to put them all the way up here in veggiest. They're so good. In fact, if you don't like onions, I think you may like scallions. That's just how good they are. Tell Ricky. Yeah, Ricky, try scallions. Next up, I think we've got spinach. Yeah, I believe this is spinach. I love spinach. It's pretty great. And you know what is something I like about spinach is that it's really good for you. Spinach is good in all different forms. I think it's so great in salads. It's so great, like you can cook it up and add it to pasta. You could just cook it up and have it on the side on your dish. I think it's great. There's one little thing that I don't like about spinach, and sometimes I feel like if you don't like prepare it well or cut off enough of the stem is like kind of like stemmy. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna do veggie. I think I'm gonna do veggie. And look at this. We've got all green. Next up, we've got ginger root. We've got a ginger root right here. I love ginger. In fact, this is something else that I always keep in my house. I love to add this to ramen sometimes as well. I use it in cooking a lot as well. I like to make all kinds of dishes using ginger, and I think ginger is also so great in tea, and it's really good for you. Also, like a ginger shot clears your sinuses. Ginger by itself is honestly good. Oh, ginger ale. I love ginger ale. Ginger ale, okay, anybody else always ordering ginger ale when you get on an airplane? Like, why is that like the classic like drink that you get when you get on an airplane? I'm gonna confidently put ginger in vegetable just because I really love it, but I don't know, it's not like comparable to other vegetables in the sense that you don't like typically just like munch on it. It's more of like an addition to foods or like a flavor than it is like an actual thing that you just eat. But I love it. Know that I'm putting it here and I love it. Honestly, anything in these top 3 categories, I love. All right, next we have kale. I'm a huge kale fan. I love kale. It may be one of my favorite vegetables of all time. I'm looking over the chat and I'm seeing some hate. I think you need to come on over to my house and have me cook some kale for you. Because listen, there is some preparation that you need to do to make kale taste good. Actually, let me give you a fun tip. If you're like cooking up kale, when you take it off the stems, you should actually like squeeze it, like massage it. You'll actually notice the color of it change. It like becomes more green. And when you do that, it makes the kale taste less bitter. So I know that's like a big turnoff of kale, is that people don't like that it tastes bitter. If you massage it, it makes it less bitter. Seriously, try it. But I think that kale is so great because it's so versatile. Like, I think it's an amazing salad base. It's so good in pasta. Like, I love to cook it in pasta. It's so good as a side. Kale chips are so good. I have kale in my house a lot. I'm probably cooking with it like once a week. Oh yeah, you can put it in a smoothie. And it's like one of the best like leafy greens for you. It is so healthy and it's so good for you. So I'm a huge kale fan. I'm sorry, but I have to put it in veggiest. It's so weird though, because there was like this random like period of time, I think it was like 2014, 15, where everyone was like obsessed with kale. I didn't even like it back then. I actually, the way I started to enjoy kale was by getting into cooking and learning how to cook it. Like that tip that I just taught you guys, when I learned that tip to cook kale, it actually was a complete game changer for me. Next is garlic. Garlic is everything, you guys. Like, it's literally everything. It's so good. Okay, I would 100% put it straight into veggiest, but I don't know. The only reason I'm hesitant to not put it straight into veggiest is because I put ginger like in vegetable. You know what I mean? Because it's not often that you're eating garlic raw. I mean, you can, but personally, like, I don't really like eat garlic raw. But I do use garlic in literally every single meal that I cook. Like, every single meal. And, you know, I'll use it raw, like, when I'm making certain dishes. But I mean, as in, like, I'm never just, like, popping open a garlic and, like, eating the cloves. You know what I mean? I find it as more of like a garnish type thing, like ginger. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's so versatile as well. Like, it really is. People say you don't with onion either, but I beg to differ only because of onion rings. Like, you know, there are times where you'd like have onion raw like that. Or when you get like a cheeseburger and there's like a raw like slice of onion on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are times where you're like kind of eating onions like that, but you don't typically do that with garlic as much. I don't know. So that's why I'm like, is it really veggiest? But at the same time, it's like, you will never ever catch me without having garlic in my house. Even if I have like no food to cook, I still have garlic in my house because I just like, I'm constantly getting it. So I don't know, I'm really debating here. And I use it all the time for everything. I don't know, maybe we should just leave it in veggiest. Ugh, it's so hard. So hard to make these decisions. You could say the same about green onions, though. Oh, that's so true. Okay, we're leaving it in veggiest. Maddie, thank you so much for the resub. Happy 1 year. Oh. Okay, next we have radish. I am a huge radish fan. They're amazing. I love radishes. My favorite ways to use radish are on top of avocado toast. Love putting radish on top of avocado toast. And I like to put it in tacos. And I just like it as like a general like garnish on top of foods. Radishes and salads, oh my god, so good. I fully think that radishes should go in veggie, which I'm not gonna lie, it hurts me a little bit just because, you know, it's red down here at the bottom. We're kind of ruining our green theme, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't see this red part and I just see the green up here. Next up, we've got chickpeas. Chickpeas. Woo! I love chickpeas. It's not often that I'm eating them by themselves, personally. I know some people like to eat them in salads and stuff like that. It's not often that I'm doing that, but it's pretty good. And I'm pretty sure that's what hummus is made out of, no? I'm a huge hummus fan. That's actually one of my favorite snacks, like pretzels and hummus, or vegetables and hummus. Speaking of vegetables, so I really like chickpeas. But yeah, again, I'm not eating them by themselves that much. I feel like I might like put them in vegetable. Like a strong like vegetable for me. Next, we have bok choy. Honestly, amazing vegetable. absolutely amazing vegetable. Very, very versatile. Used in so much of my personal cooking. I love to cook me up some bok choy in a lot of my meals. It's good just as a side. It's good in soup. I make like a lot of like chicken bowls like over rice, and I'll use like different seasonings or different sauces with the chicken, but I love to like put bok choy when I'm making those bowls because it's just a great vegetable to like add into it. It's so good in soup, and look how cute it is. It's just good looking. Yeah, ramen as well. I definitely think it belongs in veggie. It's very good. If you guys have never tried bok choy, I would recommend it. Okay, next is broccoli. I'm so curious what you guys think of broccoli because I know exactly where this goes. And to me, this goes straight up to veggiest. It goes straight up to veggiest. Come on, you guys. Broccoli is the most classic vegetable there is. I know I said that about green beans, but if there's any vegetable that's more classic, it's broccoli. And this is another vegetable that I have liked for pretty much my whole life, even when I was a picky eater as a child. It's just so good. I love to cook it. I'm always cooking broccoli, and it's also good to eat raw. I love broccoli cheddar soup. I love broccoli. If you don't like broccoli, literally grow up. Next, we have beets. What do you guys think about beets? Because honestly, I don't like beets. Here's the thing though that I'm like wondering. How much don't I like beets? Because I almost don't think I dislike them enough to put them in unveg. I think I might put them up here in a little less veg. Because unveg, these are like completely like vegetables that I would probably never eat. But I would eat beets if they're like prepared well. I think it goes here. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? A tomato? Next, we have got squash. Wait, is squash a fruit too? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh! Butternut, to be exact. Okay, well, listen. I'm not going to tell you my opinion on tomatoes because I just did the fruit tier list and tomatoes were on it. So if you want to know, go check out that video. But squash, I don't think that was on the fruit tier list, was it? Oh, it wasn't. Okay. I will tell you how I feel about squash. I love squash. It's actually so great. I would probably put squash in the top tiers, either the top one or the second one. Probably the second one, to be real. But we're not going to talk about it any more than that because it's a fruit. Next, we have cabbage. Cabbage, I love cabbage, but I do have to say that cabbage does smell like farts. It just does. I do eat cabbage a lot though. I love cabbage. I think it's so great. And I like purple cabbage too. I like all cabbages. It's a great vegetable. It's really great and it can be used in many different ways. First of all, I ate a lot of cabbage growing up. Just sauteed cabbage. You know the vibes. It's good in soups. Honestly, like when you get purple cabbage, it's good on tacos. It's good on a lot of things. Cabbage is what coleslaw is made out of, if you like that. And Cabbage Patch Kids. So I think we can very confidently put cabbage in veggie. Someone in the chat said they made a whole ass doll based on a veggie. Now what other veggie is doing that? None. And you know what? That's so true, which is why cabbage truly deserves its placement in this tier list. Oh, kimchi, so good. We've got two final vegetables. The next one is cauliflower, which I love. I really love it. Pretty similar to broccoli, like similar vibes, yet also very different, you know? They both hold their own. I do think broccoli is better, but I do think cauliflower is a little bit more versatile. I know a lot of vegans are using it as replacements for things, like making like buffalo cauliflower or like chicken out of it. Is that true? Do people make chicken out of it? Cauliflower rice. You can eat it raw or you can eat it cooked. There's many different ways to enjoy cauliflower. And you know what? I love buffalo cauliflower. It's so good. Ooh, it's so good. So even though I do think broccoli is the better sister, I still think cauliflower deserves veggiest. I really do. This exclusive tier is not looking so exclusive anymore. But this is the thing, I just love vegetables. All of these vegetables deserve it. That leaves us to the final vegetable, which is eggplant, which I think is a fruit because I actually just made some fried eggplant parmesan more recently, and there are seeds in there. Oh, whoa, this is interesting. Wait, first of all, look at my Google search. Is eggplant a fruit or a vegetable? Look at this. Eggplants can be considered both fruits from a botanical standpoint, vegetables from a culinary view, and even berries due to their structure. Whoa. Oh my God, she's everything. I'm sorry, but she's everything. She's not just one thing, she's it all. It is a little bit of everything. Since we've got mixed reviews, let's just go ahead and rate it. I already know where I want to put eggplant. I think I want to put it in vegetable. I like eggplant, but I'm not obsessed with it, but I do like it. Fried eggplant, like parmesan, was another one of these like meals that my family had like on rotation. So I ate a lot of eggplant growing up, but it was fried. So obviously that's like a little different than just eating it raw. You know, kind of tastes like a chicken nugget when it has breading on it. But it is good, like it is good. And I do have many questions as to why this has become the emoji for a you-know-what. I just have questions about that, but I don't know if we can talk about that. But I think this goes in vegetable. And there you have it, you guys. Here is my official vegetable tier list. My official vegetable tier list. I think this is looking great. I know this may be controversial to some of you, but I think this is looking great. As you can tell, I really love vegetables, as I've been saying throughout this whole video, because I feel like a majority of them have ended up in the upper half of the list. There's very few vegetables in the lower half of the list. And these two are just down here because I've never tried them. This is a very highly suggested tier list because there are a lot of suggestions from me to you of vegetables that you should be eating in your day-to-day life. So what's next, you guys? Meats? Or are we gonna do cheese? Maybe grain. I'm not quite sure. Leave a comment down below for what you think I should do next, and maybe it will become the next newest, biggest, and most requested tier list that I will do over here on Twitch. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye, YouTube.